Brother D here, your life applications officer, using a different device for this little short video that I'm going to do. I want to address my attitude about black folks or African Americans real quick in a nutshell, because I know that we live in a country right now to where it's almost like a football game between the races, and you know, a lot of blacks today are getting on the bandwagon, and they have been for some time now, but right now with Biden in office, they done went from accusing Trump of being a racist because of the support by who? White people. To help them say that. They done jumped from that already to thinking that racism is cool and that it's okay. And where do they get that from? That is supported by white people. White people are the ones that are pushing black folks to be racist. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying that, like, for you to get on here and say, oh, yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you, dog. No. It's not like that. I'm not talking about all white people, number one. I'm talking about the elite white people, and a lot of them live in my neighborhood. A lot of them go to my job. They believe that, yeah, it's not okay to be white. You know, they'll tell you that. They'll say, yeah, it's not okay to be white, and black people need to stand up for themselves, and all this kind of stuff. And they'll say, yeah, you know, Donald Trump, yeah, you know, it's easy for, you know, a man like Donald Trump to be racist when you let him get away with nationalism and you let him get away with being a fascist and all that stuff. That word has nothing to do with politics, by the way. I did a last weekend, I spent a lot of times how many different ways that word is used. That word has nothing to do with the news. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump. It has nothing to do with, you know, if you want to be a fascist, okay, that is a personal thing with you. Fascists are usually the people that get fired from my job. And they're usually black. Shouldn't have said that. That's too much information. Too much information. Anyway, too much information. What is this stuff? Shot of Amway in here, which I love, mixed with some Jumex, mixed with some leftover canned frozen juice that I had. It's delicious. Could use some more Amway, but it's delicious. Anyway, what I want to say is, when I get on here and say things about black people, and everybody knows that I'm hard on black people, and I've taken down some videos that I felt was like, why did I say that like that? I must have been mad about something that day. I must have been really mad at black people when I said that. I took those videos down. Even some of my white friends was like, dude, I ain't doing another video with you because I don't want nobody thinking I'm a racist. And I says, I'm sorry, man. You know what? I'll take it down because I don't know how I said that. We didn't even realize, both of us, we didn't even realize that I said the things that I said until, you know, months later, we watched the video and we was like sharing it with other people, and they was like, Cruz, do you really dislike black people? You really don't have any black friends? Is that what I said? I didn't mean to say. I got plenty of black friends, okay? Not as many as a lot of black people think I should have, but I have plenty of black friends. They're not from around here. I'm far away from home. I'm a long way from home. I'm here in Pittsburgh. The black friends that I have that I trust are way out of the city of Pittsburgh. They live way out of the city of Pittsburgh. Matter of fact, we don't even get to see each other or talk to each other unless it's on Facebook. So go to my Facebook channel. You'll see I got plenty of black friends. Not that that means anything. Not that I care. Not that I care if you care or not. But that's just my point. I do have plenty of black friends. It's the fact. It is a fact. But I believe this. I believe that, here's the nutshell. I believe that, number one, America, and this goes not only for black people. And when I talk about black people, I talk about black people because of the violence, the lack of education, the blaming and bludgeoning of the white man and the white woman, and, you know, black folks can do it, but white folks can't attitude. You know, all the stuff. I don't really give a darn about that much about my race as I do about God. Okay? I really don't really care about the color of my skin as much as I care about the color of the blood of Jesus Christ that saves me. I really don't. I really don't get into my race. Okay? The only thing that makes me, it takes a white man to really come at me a certain way for me to be concerned about my race. It takes some things, and this is where black people think that I'm just hard on them and not hard on everybody else, but I am. It takes things that I've known throughout history that are definitely I wouldn't call it pro-white because it's not. I don't believe in that. Pro color coded, you know, pro a racist statement or something like that. You know, and I know the difference when people, like even white people that I work with and white people that know me and maybe the neighborhood and whatever. I know when they're coming at me this way because they can't come right out and admit that they have a problem with me living around here or you know, me being complacent at what I do for a living, okay? Me being up there, you know, having an office, you know, of management, having a job where I have the same rights as, you know, corporate people. And that's where you'll find, you know, the racism issue. You won't find it, you know, you don't find it by, you know, walking outside and looking like a thug and you know, you're so busy looking at the white man or the white woman that you forgot about the black guy behind you to turn around and went across the street because you look like a thug. You didn't see the black kid that looked at you and was afraid and walked on the other side of the street. But the white couple coming towards you, you was paying attention to that. So the man grabbed his wife's hand and moved away from you, and they did a complete circle around you because they didn't like the way you look. But it had nothing to do with racism because all you got to do is look at the kid that went across the street. because you didn't look right, the way you was dressed. You know, I mean, you don't see that stuff, but it's there. That is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when people meet you for the first time, they don't know nothing about you, and if you humble around them, they use it against you. If you show any aggression at all, or any radicalism at all, whether it be about your faith, or it be about the job, or whether it be about your neighborhood, even if you show radicalism about you being radical about your white friends, they will turn on you and tell you, oh, calm down, and put some black innuendo in there, okay, to make you feel like even you being radical about your white friends, you know, ain't nobody gonna mess with my friends, you know what I'm saying, because, you know, you say some things and you know, you're on their side, but yet they make it a pro-black thing when it's not a pro-black thing. It's a pro, you know, like a lot of people I've met who, white folks that found out I was a Trump supporter. They try to act like, oh, they're Democrats for my sake, to support me. No, you're not. You're a Democrat because you're an idiot, and a white one on top of that, okay? But just because you're white and you're a Democrat, that doesn't make the Democratic Party any more righteous than what it already is, or isn't, okay? But they try to like lay some speech on me to where, you know, they're Democrats for people like me because I'm a victim. And if I don't think I'm a victim, I have a problem. Well, okay, you got 10 minutes. You got anywhere between 10 seconds and 10 minutes. Show me where I'm a victim. Show me what it is that where my racist enemies are. I know them. You don't know them. Show them to me. Call them on the phone. Bring them here. Put them in my face. Let's have a discussion. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a discussion. So what I'm trying to say is, it's not just me being a matter of me being hard on black people because of what black people do and how they act and behave and carry themselves, but it's about me being hard on black people because of black people don't know the difference between real racism and some white folks not spending enough time around black folks. Just because you don't have a lot of black people in your neighborhood, so you think that segregation is a good thing until you see that it's not, thanks to a lot of, you know, black folks and white folks, okay? That doesn't make you a racism because you like being separate. You know, you like separation, which I like separation. It's not racial. I just believe in separating Christians from everybody else. I believe in keeping what belongs to us away from everybody else. I believe in, you know, like if you want to be this or be that, or you know, that's your business, but don't, you know. And so when white people look at what's going on in the news and they see what's going on, you know, on the streets, or they leave the suburbs and come to the city of Pittsburgh and they see things and it separates them from black people, that's not racism. What is racism is when they try to help you and they're not helping you, they're discouraging you. When they try to help you and they claim, oh, they've been down on one knee, you know, they're going to get down on one knee. And let me tell you something. All these people that are posting Black Lives Matter signs in their windows. Now, there's a place, a condominium, like Pittsburgh is trying to reconstruct. The wealthy are moving in, and they're taking a lot of these ghettos. The wealthy are moving into a lot of these ghettos. They're putting condominiums in these ghettos. They're putting gated condominiums in these ghettos. Okay? And they have security in these ghettos. You got a condominium sitting right next to the projects. Okay, matter of fact, in like almost in the projects. You know, it's right there. And there's a place here in Pittsburgh I just noticed. And since the only reason why this lady, and I believe it's a lady because I think I've seen her standing in her patio window one day as I was on the bus, just living in this condominium in this little town, part of town we call, where are we coming from? What part of the neighborhood? That might be Point Breeze. I'm not sure. But they're doing it all over Pittsburgh. And the wealthy are coming in and they're putting these condominiums. These condominiums are like $1,000 to $2,000 or more a month. Okay, for rent. And these wealthy people, you know, are moving into these condominiums and they try to get in there. They know what's going to happen. Now, COVID slowed everything down because they was on a roll. Bam, 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 popping them up everywhere. COVID slowed it down. The only reason why this woman has a Black Lives Matter sign in her patio window. Now, I mentioned this before in a recent video. It's because she's afraid. Not because she loves black people. Not because she might be Democratic, but she does not really care about black people. If she cared about black people, she probably would have a problem moving a condominium in a place where they got rid of other places and those people got nowhere to live because they put her condominium there. Okay? But then again, I don't know if I would care. You know what I'm saying? Because I believe that if you've been on this earth for all these years as a black person and you ain't moved ahead, then, okay, that's on you. Ain't nobody going to sit there and keep the ghetto for you forever, okay? Okay, ain't nobody waiting for you to get shot before we move on, okay? But anyway, the only reason why she got that sign in that patio window, a big old giant mural that says Black Lives Matter in black and white, like everything else. The only reason why she got that in there is because she's afraid. The riots have come to Pittsburgh. I have pictures, okay, on my phone of what they did to downtown Pittsburgh. And they did a good job here in Pittsburgh, better than they've done other neighborhoods, where they would not allow me to go downtown Pittsburgh. I was stuck at work almost overnight. Couldn't get a Z-Trip from a friend of mine who happened to be working late that night. He turned around and came back and got me and brought me home. Me and him just went out and did some riding around today and he helped me do some shopping and stuff, but they would not let us into the city of Pittsburgh, and I'm glad they did. When I went down there 2 days later and seen what they had done, I was glad that they didn't let us down there. I was really glad about it. But this is what I want to say. White folks are scared. They're either scared or they're looking down their nose at us until they're scared. And then when you pass, they're looking down their nose at you again. That is what's going on. They don't care about you any more or any less than they did than they did years ago. Just because you're now bringing riots to Pittsburgh, it doesn't make them like you more. It makes them hate you more. It makes them, and not all of it's hate, but I'm going to say it again. People have a right to protect their families and their neighborhood and their education and their, money, their circles of friends, whatever, all of it. They have a right to protect that and want that to stay out of ghettofied thinking, the ghettofied mentality that is not black. It's ghetto-fied. You go to these ghettos, and there are white ghettos that are very racist. They do not act any better. They're the same people. You go to a white ghetto, and I can name them here in Pittsburgh, or right outside of Pittsburgh. The problem I have with Westmoreland County, which Westmoreland County is a better county than Allegheny County. Allegheny County is where, so you all that don't know Pittsburgh know what I'm talking about. Allegheny County is where Pittsburgh is. And everything in Allegheny County, if it passes through Allegheny County, it's considered part of the city of Pittsburgh, even though there's a lot of good segregated neighborhoods, and thank God they are segregated, that are outside of the city of Pittsburgh. They're still considered Pittsburgh because they're still considered part of the city of Pittsburgh because they're still in Allegheny County. Y'all know that. This goes on in every major city in any state, okay? But Westmoreland County is a very weird county. And there's a lot of rednecks. That doesn't make them racist just because they're rednecks, by the way. There's a lot of rednecks, and there's a lot of things that, there's places you can go to in Westmoreland County that still have signs up saying no blacks or no niggers. I talked about this in another video, okay? You can still ride through there, and there are signs that say no blacks allowed or no niggers in these parts of Westmoreland County. I love Westmoreland County. I think it's a better county. And when you need help, like if you're homeless, or I've been there, if you're homeless and you've been through this and that, these counties are help better for you than Allegheny County, I guess, because they have less traffic. So they're not afraid to, what I'm saying, reach out to the homeless and all like that. And they've done a good job by not letting Pittsburgh come and trash on what they have gotten hit on, what they've gotten hiding behind closed doors up there in Westmoreland County. What goes on in Westmoreland County stays in Westmoreland County, thank God. And it's good that we have it that way. I lived in Westmoreland County for 30 years. The only problem I have with Westmoreland County is black folks. Yeah, black folks. Because black folks, and just a few years ago, kid found dead right on the corner where my church was. Right there outside in front of my church. Which was a predominantly white church, by the way. Okay. Kid found dead. I wasn't there that day, but when I got there the next day, the blood was still there where this kid was shot, all the revenue, bullet, shrapnel, on the church banister and that, to the steps, in the brick and that, where, they would, they didn't know how to shoot, but they got him. They killed him. He lay there dead, and the kid was only, 14 years old. But he was hanging out with these other black kids talking that gangster stuff, and he made them nervous, and they shot him at 14 years old. Crazy. And what were all these white people doing inside the church? Weeping. Not just because it's so close to home. They come all the way down to this New Kensington to go to church. But what happened to this kid was ridiculous, and it was very sad. These white people in there were in there weeping and praying for this kid and his family. But New Kensington, which I was there for 30 years, is the only neighborhood out there that is out there in Westmoreland County that is a ghetto. Everywhere else in Westmoreland County, well, there's other ghettos, but they're white. As long as you white, you ain't got to worry about, now there are neighborhoods where there's skinheads still floating around. They're killing them off. They are killing skinheads off. Not only blacks, but the police. They're getting together with the the people that don't get along with skinheads are killing these skinheads off. But these skinheads don't just mess with black folks because black folks ain't around because they don't want to live in them neighborhoods, because the skinheads do a good job of keeping them out. The thing is, though, these skinheads rape white women. They beat up people and take their money, and you know what I mean? It's not just a black thing. There ain't no black folks around. They'll start attacking white folks. Now, if you come around and you black, they're going to stop everything else they do and come after you, because that's what all the tattoos and clothing and combat boots and the hats and the t-shirts and everything represent. That's the kind of gang, that's what they're known for. But they're doing more damage to white folks than they'll ever do to blacks, because once blacks leave the neighborhood, they're still doing all kinds of crimes to people. You figure if it was just about black people, there would be peace when the black folks are gone. But they run these black people out of town, and then they just start attacking their own people, white folks. Okay, and these white folks ain't going to take that crap, so they got together with the police. And they made sure everybody that committed a crime as a skinhead, they made sure they was locked up, and they locked them far away, where they gonna need a plane ticket to get back. Okay, yeah. But they're not coming back, because all their contacts and all their money and all the funding that go into these hate groups, they took those people out too. They made them step down. They took them out of their careers, made them leave the city. Anyway, I don't feel that. This is what I believe. I don't believe that black people need to focus on black. If we were slaves, and I also believe that we don't need to get even with white folks for slavery. Two of the main people that I'm tired of bickering are black folks and Native Americans. And they got this new Native American rapper out now. He's getting together with black folks. Okay? He's getting together with black folks. And he's producing rap videos about, what the black folks, the white folks have done to us. They took all of our culture and all this. Let me tell you something. I would never sacrifice all this beauty, even here in the city of Pittsburgh. I've been to Florida. I've been all over Pittsburgh, or all over Pennsylvania, I should say. I've been to Virginia. I've been to New York. I've been to Texas. I've been to Georgia. I would never, ever in my life sacrifice, okay, all this beauty. I don't care how it got here. I don't care how much blood had to be spilled to get this, to make this country the free country that it is. I would never, not as a Native American, not as a black person, not as a Spanish person, not as a Hawaiian person. Here's another group of people I'm tired of hearing them bicker. Okay? Not as a Hawaiian person. I would never sacrifice all this beauty. Even if I was a victim of it. I would never sacrifice, and I'm not, because that all of y'all stories, y'all grandparents wasn't there. My grandmother didn't go through slavery, okay? And I'm 54 years old. Okay? But all of our stories go way back, and we want to punish these white people. But look, I would never trade all this beauty and all this freedom for what's going on in Mexico. For what all these Mexicans are trying to get away from so bad that they need to climb the fence and cross the border, and they'll do violence or do whatever to get across that border. I would never trade all this to live on a reservation and wear that stupid looking Indian suit and go la, 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 and dance around the fire and pray to that stupid pagan god. I would never sacrifice all this for the voodoo that's going on in Africa. And I got some African friends that need to go back to Africa because they ain't doing squat, but around here bitching about everything, and I'm sick and tired of hearing it. Complaining about who ain't giving money. Dude, you didn't have no money when you was in Africa. You come over here, they gave you a car, they gave you, they gave you. Shut up. Tired of hearing it. I would never trade all this. Okay? To all this freedom and all this sophistication, all this money, all this this whole thing about the sky is the limit, because the sky is the limit in America. With Biden in office, I don't know. But with people like Donald Trump in office, the sky is the limit to what you can have, as the Christian song says. Okay? That's why you came here, immigrants. That's why you so crazy to get over that wall. You didn't come over here for a free meal. You came over here for a free life, for a change of your lifestyle. Stop bickering and bitching about what they did to us way back in the day. When was it? That was I think it was 900 years ago. No, wait, it was longer than that. Wait, maybe it was 500 years. That's a longer, I'm not sure. All I know is these white people, it's time. Look. I thank God for these white people. Slavery has helped black people. I believe that with all my heart. You think about it, and you think about this country. Because of what they did with this country, slavery has helped black people. Slavery has helped the Hawaiians. Slavery has helped the Native American. All of y'all, not sure about the Mexicans, but you Africans, you Hawaiians, you Native Americans, even you people from Portuguese and, before y'all migrated to Hawaii and all this kind of stuff. Y'all was all la 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 la. Remember that when we used to do that to imitate Indians? Not a racial statement. It was the only way we knew how to imitate Indians. Y'all was la 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 dancing around the fire in them grass skirts, and these white people came and looked at y'all like y'all was a bunch of dummies because they was wearing pants. Okay? And they said, hold up. In the name of Jesus, we're going to go over here and we're going to strike this serpent with the sword and the gun. And we're going to make America great. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Somebody going to assassinate Trump tonight for me saying that. That's, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe that wasn't funny, but funny to me. But anyway, I do believe that we can make America great by black folks getting off this little black kick, and all these immigrants getting off this little white kick. You got black folks that don't want to send their kids to black schools. They don't want to send them to public schools, not only because of the Biden administration that's going on now, but because of the black kids in those schools. I just got done listening to Brandon Tatum. He doesn't want to send his kids to public school because of not only Biden, but because of the same people, the same color skin that he is. And I always told my children that if I ever had to do it again, if I ever adopted a kid or anything, I wouldn't do it unless I was rich, because I'm not sending no more kids to any public school, because we want to have kids that have the freedom, okay, to not only be Christian, but we want them to we want them to be patriotic about the country they live in. We don't want them to come in here and growing up being influenced by this group of victims who insist on being victims when they driving around here in Camaros and Porsches and you know, BMWs and Mercedes and everything. They still want to call themselves victims. Okay, they got the nicest house in these white neighborhoods, and they want to come around here playing the victims because maybe somebody's funding them to do so, or maybe they have fans. They don't know how to get fans other than the football field or the basketball field. They don't know how to get fans if they don't go pro-black. But let me tell you something in closing. Pro-black is stupid. Take that pro-black nonsense and shove it in the trash. There is no such thing as a pro-black anything. Oh, I'm a strong black woman. No, you're not. You just as strong as a strong white woman. If you really got any strength at all, you just as strong as a white woman. Oh, I know this country like the back of my hand, and I'm this and I'm all that. Yeah, just about as much as a lot of white people are. Not one, not two, a lot of white people. It's the fact. It's done. The way this country is going to go is set. Too late in the game to worry about it. Too late in the game to try to fix it. I love white culture. I don't have a problem with white culture. Other than them kissing their dogs in the mouth, I don't know if they shower as much as I know a lot of them will pet that dog and let that dog lick them all over their hands, and then, you know, put their hands in my food or prepare my food. They think that it's, you know, they'll wash their hands. Maybe, I don't know. I know the women do. I don't know about the men. I just caught a white man the other day. Good friend of mine, matter of fact. Go in the bathroom, okay, and handle himself, and then come out without washing his hands. I caught him red-handed. You know, am I going to tell him about it? No, he might think I'm gay, because this is 2021. He might think I'm gay if I say something about it. You know, oh, you want to wash it for me? You know, or you want to wash my hands for me? You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm just saying that I like white culture. Okay, I love white people, and I don't love them because I love their skin. I don't love them because of their money, but I love them because when they took you as slaves, when they took this land from the Native Americans, when they took this land from the Hawaiians, they did it for your future. Because all these Hawaiians that are in movies, okay, all these Hawaiians that are entrepreneurs today, okay, all you rich people of different races in this country, it's because of the freedom in this country with which white people fought to create. I'll have to do a part 2 of this because there's some things that I want to say I didn't get to say out. But white people fought for this country. And in turn, because you have the rights to have everything that they have, they also fought for you. And here you are bitching and moaning about racism and bitching and moaning because somebody grabbed his wife's hand and did a complete U-turn, or, you know, or afraid to walk on the same side of the street with you or whatever. Look, stop. Okay? Whatever you ain't, you are not because of you, not because of the white man. That goes for you. That goes for the Native American. That goes for the Hawaiian. That goes for everybody. Whatever you are not is your fault. Has nothing to do with the white man. Even you getting killed by racist white cops, because if you wasn't doing crime, those racist white cops would have never been in your presence. I walk past cops that don't like me every day. They see me coming. They trying to figure out, what could I arrest you for? Let's see if you'll walk too close to the car, and maybe we'll say something nasty to get them all hyped up, you know. No, I know how to handle myself on the street. I know how to handle myself on the job. And I know the difference between white people and those that got something to say and those that want to do something to get me all high-tempered or hyper and start acting. They want to see me act black. They want to see me start acting like, you know, a slave. And I won't let them do it. That's the other side of racism. But your side of racism is a side where people don't like you, including a lot of black people, don't like you. People of every race don't like you because you are a criminal, because you don't know how to say hello, you don't know how to smile, you don't know how to be, you don't have good manners, you don't know how to act right in school, you don't know how to raise your kids, you don't know how to stop shooting at your own people, you don't know how to raise up and get a job and make money and do, you know, these are facts. These are not just the imagination of some stupid redneck. These are facts. And every black person that has been where you are and is up and has given himself a raise in life, he knows it's true. But we're afraid to be honest with black people. Everybody, including black people, are supposed to be afraid to be honest with black people. I'm not. And when I'm hard on black people, when I say that I'm hard on black people, it's that I'm very honest about black people and to black people because I care about you. And you're not going the way you should be going. Okay, DeRoy Cruz, your life applications officer. I'm going to stop there. I might do a part 2. I don't know. We'll see. God bless you. Have a great night.